The bank doesn't like you, my friend. It never has. And let me tell you this, it doesn't want you to go completely bankrupt either, because if you do, you'll be of no use to them. What they want is something much more insidious, to keep you just barely broke, just enough to keep paying their fees. Enough to keep you dependent on their high interest products, fragile enough to keep pouring money into their coffers every month. And the system isn't doing this by accident, it's doing it on purpose. But in this video, I'm going to show you a single number that changes everything. That one number where the bank starts to hate you and the system starts to work in your favor instead of against you. And that number is $20,000. First, let me talk about this. What's it like to live on less than $20,000 in savings? You're constantly doing the math in your head. Will I be able to cover gas and groceries this week? If I pay this bill now, will I have enough left for the next one? How many days until payday? Every unexpected expense is a crisis. A car breaking down is a crisis. A doctor's bill is a crisis. The fridge breaking down is a crisis. A bad month when your credit card debt is already sky high. You're one step away from losing your job. A stroke of bad luck. A vicious cycle you can't escape for years. That's not living, my friend. It's just surviving. And right now, about 60% of Americans are doing exactly that. Maybe you are too. Maybe I was once like that. There's a turning point where everything changes, a number where stress drops dramatically, a point where emergencies go from being a catastrophe to just an inconvenience, a place where you can breathe. And that number isn't $100,000, nor is it $50,000. It's just $20,000. $20,000 is equivalent to 4 to 6 months worth of expenses for most people. This is a real emergency fund. It's not that $1,000 starter fund everyone talks about. It's a real safety net. With $20,000, you can handle almost any emergency without taking on debt. Did your car break down? You can get it fixed. Did you lose your job? You have months to find a new one. An unexpected medical expense? It's stressful, but manageable. That low-level anxiety that's been running in the background finally quiets down. You can sleep soundly at night. Here's where it gets interesting. The moment you surpass $20,000, you become an unprofitable customer for your bank. And banks don't like that at all. Let's explain how banks make money off ordinary people. The first source of profit, overdraft fees. Banks earned $7.7 billion from these fees last year. Billion? Yes. This money came from people who didn't have enough in their accounts to cover payments. Your account went $5 into the red, $35 fee. You paid $35 because you couldn't cover the $5. And if multiple payments are trying to go through at the same time, you pay multiple fees. I've seen people rack up $100 in overdraft fees in a single day. If you have a $20,000 savings account, you'll never go into the red. That cushion always keeps you safe. The bank charges you zero overdraft fees and hates it. Second source of profit, products used by the desperate. When you run out of money and need cash fast, your options become dire. Daily loans with 400% interest. Auto title loans that take your car. Personal loans with insane interest rates. Credit cards with 29% interest. Banks and lenders love desperate people. Desperate people pay premium prices for money. They don't research. They don't negotiate. They just need cash right now and will pay whatever it costs. But when you have a $20,000 savings account, you're never desperate. Need $2,000 in a pinch? You transfer it from your savings. No loan, no interest, no fees, no profit for anyone. They really hate this. The third source of profit, credit card interest. The average American with credit card debt pays over $1,000 in interest per year. That's $1,000 to the bank for absolutely nothing. People with balances under $20,000 typically carry a balance because they can't pay off the full statement. They use credit cards as an emergency fund. They make the minimum payment and the interest keeps piling up. But once you have $20,000 in savings, you pay off your credit card in full every month. You use the cards, earn rewards, and pay zero interest. The credit card industry has a name for this type of person. They call them deadbeats, unprofitable customers. Seriously, this is an actual industry term because you're using their product without generating profit for them. They want to see you in debt, not debt-free with a substantial savings account. Fourth source of profit, account fees. Many banks charge a monthly maintenance fee for checking accounts, but they waive these fees if you maintain a certain minimum balance, typically $1,500 or $5,000, sometimes more. People with less than $20,000 usually can't consistently maintain these minimums. They live paycheck to paycheck. Money comes in and goes out immediately. That's why they pay $12 or $15 a month just to have an account. $150 a year for the privilege of holding your money. But when you have $20,000 in savings, you easily meet any minimum balance requirement. No monthly fee, no maintenance fee. Another revenue stream has dried up. The fifth source of profit, emotional decisions. This is psychological but very real. When you're under financial stress, you make bad decisions. You shop impulsively because you need a dopamine fix. You accept bad offers because you don't have time to research. You take out high interest loans because you need that thing right now. Stressed out people are profitable people. It's easier to upsell, easier to apply pressure, easier to push. But when you have $20,000 in savings, you make decisions calmly. You can walk away from bad deals. You can wait for discounts. You can negotiate. You can say no. That financial cushion doesn't just protect you from emergencies, it also protects you from your own stress reactions. It provides the mental space to think clearly about money. Let's talk about the psychological shift that occurs at the $20,000 threshold. Below this figure, you're operating with a scarcity mindset. Every decision is about survival. Can I afford this? What if something goes wrong? It's not worth taking the risk. The scarcity mindset is exhausting. It's constantly calculating. It's constantly worrying. It doesn't allow you to take risks or think long term because you're too busy putting out fires. Above $20,000, you start operating with an abundance mindset. Not the kind of abundance unique to billionaires, just the basic breathing room of abundance. You can take a job with a slightly lower salary but better growth potential. Because you have a safety net, you can leave a toxic workplace. Since you don't need this deal right now, you can negotiate harder. Every opportunity changes when you have options, because $20,000 gives you options. Let's say your boss is treating you terribly. You know you should quit, but you're living paycheck to paycheck. You're stuck with zero savings. Since you can't even cover a single missed paycheck, you're forced to put up with the abuse. Your boss knows this. He can treat you however he wants. If you had $20,000 in savings, you wouldn't stay at that job for a second. You'd have months to find something better. Your boss's power over you just evaporated. Same job, same terrible boss, but completely different dynamics because you have a safety net. This applies to everything. When buying a car, looking for an apartment, negotiating a salary, or considering job opportunities. If you're worthless, everyone has power over you, but when you have $20,000 in savings, you're the one with the power over them. So how do you actually reach $20,000? I know it seems impossible if you were starting from scratch or worse, in debt, but let's take it step by step. Step 1. Find the gap. Look at your income and expenses. Is there any gap at all? Even just $100 a month? That's your starting point. If there's no gap, you'll need to cut expenses or increase your income. There's no magic trick. Step 2. Automate your savings. Before you even see your paycheck or have a chance to spend it, the money should automatically transfer to a savings account. $50, $100, whatever you can manage. Step 3. Treat it like a bill. Your savings contribution isn't optional. It's not whatever's left over. It's a bill you pay for yourself first, as mandatory as rent. Step 4. Use unexpected income wisely. Tax refunds, bonuses, gift money. It all goes toward your $20,000 goal. Not toward something new, not toward a vacation, but toward the goal. Step 5. Cut out something non-essential. If you have at least one subscription or an expense you don't really care about, find it, cut it, redirect that money. Let's say you can save $400 a month. That comes to $4,800 a year. In just over 4 years, you'll reach $20,000. Slow, I know, but those 4 years are going to pass anyway, my friend. You can be 34 with $20,000 in your bank account, or you can be 34 exactly where you are right now. And here's another thing. Once you get started, the momentum builds on its own. Watching that number grow keeps you motivated. You find more ways to save. You get raises, and instead of splurging on a fancier lifestyle, you actually put the money away. Most people who take this path reach $20,000 faster than they expected. And when you reach that point, everything changes. The stress eases, your options multiply. The bank can no longer make money off you. You go from being a product to being a customer. You go from being exploited to actually receiving service. $20,000 isn't the finish line, my friend. It's not retirement money. It's not wealth passed down through generations. It's the first milestone, the point where the game changes. Below $20,000, you're playing defense, just trying to survive, reacting to emergencies, squeezed by bills, interest, and helplessness. Above $20,000, you can finally go on the offensive. You can build wealth, you can take calculated risks, you can make decisions based on strength, not fear. The bank built its business model on keeping people below this line. They profit from your stress, they profit from your emergencies, they profit from your helplessness. Every dollar you put into that savings account is a dollar they can't take from you in fees or interest. Every step toward $20,000 is a step away from being their ideal customer. Outsmart them, my friend. Reach $20,000. And when you do, reward yourself. Do whatever you want. Go on vacation. Celebrate. Because that moment is truly worth celebrating.